Hello and what is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and welcome to a brand new video in Forza Horizon 4 where we are going to be unlocking the Maserati Ghibli. Now, what you're going to need for this is a retro saloon in A-Class. This is a Mercedes-Benz 190e Evo that I've maxed out for A-Class all the way up to A800 and done some minor modifications on. This is basically what I would call kind of a balanced build for A-Class. We have a little bit more power, we have race tires, we have race suspension, we have race brakes, all the handling upgrades, basically all the handling upgrades with a little bit of extra power and a very mild tune. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into this championship, and it should be pretty straightforward from there. I recommend using a car that starts in C-Class, so you have a lot of room to upgrade it to A-Class with things like race tires and race suspension, like, for example, the 190e Evo or the E30 M3. So what you're going to want to do is make sure you have your difficulty at or above highly skilled, jump into solo, and you'll be good to go. Okay, not the best straight line powerhouse, I'll definitely say that. Right off the bat, I can tell you that power-wise, oh wow, it turns in really well though. Oh, it is super sticky in the corners. Okay, so that's where we're going to have to make up time. And my start was a little sketchy, so only 2 laps. Oh, geez. All right, we're going to have to really push. I'm thinking that as long as we get up to, like, right before the top 3 in this first lap, we should be able to get the rest on the second lap, but we still have to keep pushing really hard to get there. We have 3 more cars to pass before we get to the top 3. Come on! Yeah, I'm going to leave it in 4th up the hill. It's really hooked up, though, in the corners. It's got a lot of grip. That's what I was hoping for with this car, but it definitely kind of came through with that. All right, we got our eyes on the top 3 now. Should be very easy to get these guys out of the way. And dab of brakes. Ooh, he cut into the inside. The gap between 3rd and 4th is pretty big. I was thinking we could go right back down to 3rd and be okay, but doesn't look like that was the case. Are you serious? It's a Volvo wagon out in front? Oh my god. That is a little bit embarrassing considering the fact that what we're in was kind of well, not necessarily purpose-built, but purpose-modified for performance, and we're like, you know, we were being beaten by, like, a geography teacher on his way to class, but never mind that, because we've passed him now, and we're good to go. Enter what? Wow, oh, I was trying to do that without, oh, are you kidding me? Oh, I forgot that that was, like, blocked off. I thought we could take that line really wide. Come on. Yeah, they're going to get me up the hill, especially if they have more power than I do. Going up this hill is going to be pretty painful for me. But I think we're going to be staying in 4th the whole time now. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Oh. There we go. Well, even when you rotate it on corner entry, I mean, it only trails out just a little bit. I mean, it's not going to trail out on you a bunch. That gap between 3rd and 4th is just so big. It's, like, genuinely huge. Little dab of brakes. While on throttle. That I probably didn't need to do. I probably could have just lifted a little bit there. Yeah, a little bit of brakes on the way in, and then flat in 4th all the way through. You could stay in 4th for pretty much that entire section. Oh, we're far enough ahead that we're definitely crossing the finish line backwards. We have to. Yep. Almost backwards, but hey, I mean, it still counts as almost backwards. All right, next event. At night, in the rain, which our low power should help us out with that, because we're not going to have to worry about constant wheel spin like some of the more powerful or especially torquier cars are going to have to deal with. But we may still have to, oh geez, oh, braking distance is heavily affected. I mean, as you would assume, but still, the first time you go to brake in the rain, it's like, oh, hello, that's not anywhere near as effective as normal. God, with these cams, it revs so high. That is extremely tight. All right. Really weird corner there. Really weird corner. I did not set up for it correctly, but at the same time, I was looking at it on the map, and I was like, is it going to be as tight as it actually looks? And it was like, yeah, no, it is going to be as tight as it looks. But when everything gets tight, like, that's the thing, is like, you end up just hoping and praying for tight corners with this car, because that's where you can do your, like, your catching up. Ouch. Unless you dive into a corner as hard as I just did and cost yourself, like, you know, a good amount of time by doing that. Later, M5. And later, Volvo. Let's go. First and second are really tight together, which means we might be able to just do a quick double pass and get it over with. Ah, ouch. Come on, let's go. Easy. Tap brakes, trying not to hit that Land Rover. People get so bent out of shape when you call, like, a Land Rover a Range Rover and vice versa. Like, oh, they messed up. That line was a little bit better. Yeah, we were able to pull away from them a lot. A lot more than I expected to be able to. Oh, I see the end. Got one more very tight corner. I don't know what was with, like, the guy that was, like, making this race and tight corners, but whoever he was, he loved them. All about tight corners. Well, I should say sweeper after sweeper after sweeper, and then boom, super tight corner. Like, all the way down to first gear kind of tight corner. Not too bad on that one, though. I don't think I'm going to try to go backwards across the line this time. I'm just going to try and win. That's my only goal with this one. This one was tricky. A little bit trickier than some of the others, but we've got one more race to do, and then that Maserati Ghibli should be ours. And so far, I'm fairly impressed with our choice of car, the 190e Evo. My only thing with it is, yes, it does lack a bit. It is lacking a bit in the power department. But we kind of had to do that, because if we didn't do that, if we didn't, you know, back off a little bit on the power, it was gonna end up being not very grippy and very overpowered, because I would have had to put, you know, like a sport tire on it in order to run the extra power, and that would have just been a wheel spin fest, and it wouldn't have been fast. So, and go. It's a little damp out on the roads, but it's not pouring down rain, which is good. Better than our last one. That Audi was coming out of nowhere. Well, hopefully nobody was in that bus stop, or glad nobody was. Up the inside of the E36. Cutting the grass just a little bit. Glad nobody was on that sidewalk. Easy. That can really upset you, but we actually were able to get the inside on him, which is good. Stay focused. I do not know this circuit, so I'm learning it as I go while trying to win. Easy. Oh, jeez. Down a gear, down a gear, down a gear. I feel like I messed that corner up, but somehow I was able to gain speed on these guys. I don't know how, but somehow I was able to. Oh, there we go. Come on, easy. I kind of wish that they still, that instead of lowering the required difficulty to unlock the car down to highly skilled from expert, I kind of still wish it was on expert, just because I find the expert races a lot more fun than the highly skilled Drivatar races, because the expert ones, like, they're not, like, super difficult or anything, but at least they give you a little bit of challenge. Like, there's always, like, that one dude that's fighting really, really hard for it, and, like, everybody else is, like, just kind of whatever. But, like, this guy, for example, like, that little Drivatar is, like, actually kind of driving for it, you know what I mean? Like, he wants it. And, you know, there's always, like, that one or two cars in your expert difficulty race that's like, no, we're not just going to give it to you. There we go. Easy. Come on, not bad, not bad, not bad. Up and whoa. Whoa, whoa, wow, that was so, oh my God. He caught me so quick. That is the difference between the right line in a corner and the wrong line in a corner, and how fast someone will catch you if you take the wrong line. God, that is ridiculous. Another 2-lap circuit race, but we were able to get to first in the first lap, so let's see if we can put down a better lap time this time and be smoother. Really late. I don't know why I keep trying to push the limit on those braking zones, and because I know that I'm getting into the brakes too late, and it's like I don't want to leave anything on the table, but at the same time, by taking it the way I'm taking it, I'm actually like technically am leaving more on the table because I'm being too aggressive. It just boils down to I need to be more patient, and being impatient gets you nowhere in terms of the racing line. And also, if you brake just a tad earlier, you can get on the gas earlier too. See how much farther we left him behind that time? Even with getting just a tiny bit squirrely on corner exit. There we go. This thing, when you drive it correctly, it's got so much grip. So much grip. I mean, it's, in terms of A-Class, I would definitely call it more of a momentum car than a power car. I mean, it's got enough power as it is, but I would definitely say it's still more in the momentum category. It's not quite like, you know, Miata momentum car, but in terms of everything else in A-Class, I would definitely put it in the more momentum-based category. But you can use that to your advantage with how much grip it has if you know how to take the right line, which sometimes I know how to do, sometimes I don't. Easy. Oh, God. Oh, there we go. Okay. It was okay-ish. It wasn't brilliant, but it was all right. There are some curves here where you can just cut the sidewalk just a little bit, and it helps. It definitely helps to do it. All right, this is that corner that I messed up the other time, I think. Yeah, it is. So just a tiny little bit like dab of brakes without letting off the throttle seems to work really well going through there. Bit. I should have stayed in fourth, honestly, because going down to third just shot me to red line, and I'm not making any more power there. There we go, across the line backwards, and that should be our Maserati Ghibli. So let's go ahead and make sure that we got it, and let's see, Summer Community Championship complete, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, boom! So that should be our Maserati Ghibli, and make sure you stay tuned for any and all videos featuring the Maserati Ghibli, whether that be customization or stock versus tuned, later on in the future. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.